Alright everyone, so welcome to another video tutorial on smartphone graphic design, and in this video tutorial I'll be showing you I was able to achieve a simple yet fantastic birthday design. So here on the layer panel I already have all the elements that I used in the design. So now let's go into the design. Now the first thing I did was I added the background so that I'll be able to have a feel of what it's going to look like. Then this was not the main background I used, so I used this I'll be offering this one, putting on this one. So this was the background I used for the first place underneath. So after this I decided to add a little pattern to it. So this is a pattern. So I actually use the pattern just to create a kind of feel over it. Then there's probability that I might even have to remove it because it might not be necessary here in the design, but depending on the way you want to do it. So now I created, because of the kind of design I want to do, I created two rectangles and actually slant it. Okay, let me walk around it and show you the two. Okay, now this is the first one and this is the second one. Okay, so now this is a rectangle, a normal rectangle. Yeah, a normal rectangle. And what I did was I just made the rectangle then place it like this, just gave it a kind of cross side. Then this other one too, gave it a cross. Now instead of using a normal color to color it, let's say purple. Okay, let's say purple like this. Let's say red rather, or purple, or any color. Instead of giving them a color like that, all I did was I used a texture instead. So I used the texture and I used something like a blue background I downloaded as a texture underneath. So then after doing that, I gave it this emboss effect. Emboss. This is what the emboss effect does to your design. So this was something I just had to play around. I just used the emboss and it looks nice that day. So that was how I was able to get that. So let me return everything back to the default. Okay, so this was I remember what I said. This was a rectangle that I used the texture of a blue that I downloaded. Then I doubled it, I put it the second one at this side, and that was what I have there. So now after that I was able to bring in all the ladies picture. First one, second one, third one, fourth one, fifth one. All were just arranged. I just arranged it one after the other. So this is another one of a picture. Okay, this is the one that I used as the lead picture. I used it on top of this place. So now let me show you something. Now there's a circle here that I used. Now this circle is somewhere here. So that was the circle that I added this other tiny picture on. Now this is it. This is just to create a kind of effect here. So that was what the essence of this circle that I used there. The pictures are not complete. So let me look for the other one. Okay, this is another one. This is another one. Okay, yeah, I think our pictures are complete. So all I did was I brought in our pictures, then I arranged them one after the other. You can see these are just combination of arrangements. So that is how that was achieved. So if you have someone that wants to do birthday and he has a lot of pictures, you can try using this idea of birthday flyer. So what else I did was I added some text to it. This is La Poche Style CEO. Let me add all the text that I used. So now this is a text here of her name. I just used it here, then I reduced it. Okay, there should be an happy birthday text on top of it. Let me get that. Okay, so now this is it. Before the happy birthday, I added a kind of torn paper. Yeah, this is it. I added a torn paper. Now you might not see it very well because I've actually made it transparent, but let me show you. Now there's a torn paper here. Let me look for the layer. Now this is it. I'm already clicking on it. If I go to opacity and increase it, you will see it very well. Yeah, that is a torn paper. So I just used it so that it can make my text to come out a little bit nicer. So when you want to do your own, it might not be necessary. You might use another color that comes out well. But that was I just like the effect that created there. So that was how I was able to achieve that. Then this is another text. Okay, go back. So this is another text. I used it to put CEO, then a name. I'll be CEO of a brand. That's La Poche Style. So that was now for this text. This is happy birthday. This is happy, and how I was able to achieve this was instead of giving my text a normal color like this, let me say black. You can see it gives it black. All I did was I used transparent. And how do you use transparent? You can come to this plus. Then instead of, if I bring this, if I scroll this to this side, it's going to bring my text a black color. But if you bring it to this side, it makes it transparent. So that's why the color is transparent. But the stroke, I used stroke to create the outer part. And that was where I used white to create an outer part for the stroke. And it was just one stroke. So that was that. Then the same thing applies to this birthday that I did. So I just wrote birthday too and I did that. So that was how I achieved happy birthday year. Then I added the dates. The date of the is 2020 June 25, and that's what you are seeing beneath this side. June 25, 2021. So then the other effect I had was just when I was adding these geometric shapes just to beautify, just to create beautification to the design. This is a lens flare, I guess. Okay, so these are just geometric shapes that I used. I don't really like the way it's looking. I'm not sure. I think they were just things I was trying to just test around during the design stage. So this is the one underneath. The one on this one is here. The one underneath. Okay. So you can see the way the whole thing is going. So it's not the kind of magic. Still the same pixel lab that everyone used that I'm using. Not anything. There's nothing special about it. It's just the creativity. So okay now. So now I didn't want these pictures to be as bright as this one up here. So what I did was I actually created a rectangle, then I added it on top of those other pictures that are behind, and this is what happens. Can you see that? Now all the pictures at the back here are now having a black rectangle on it, and this is the difference. I want you to look at this panel very well. and see the difference. Now if I off it, you can see that it becomes brighter, but if I on it, it becomes a little bit darker. So I want this picture in the middle to have the attention and not the other ones around. So this is what I used. I think the only thing left is my logo. Okay, where is it located? Okay, this is it. This is the logo beneath here. So this is how I was able to achieve this simple yet unique design. So when you're through with your design, then you can come here and save. So best thing you save is save as ultra, then you are good to go. So thank you for watching, and I'm going to see you in the next one.